man. This is your show. The phone number is 888-825-5225. Bill's in Pittsburgh. Hi, Bill. How are you?
Great, Dave, and you?
Better than I deserve, sir. What's up?
Hey, I was just curious when someone would stop buying long-term disability insurance. I know it's inexpensive. I'm sure it'd be close to retirement age, but there's got to be some point where you would make that decision not to purchase it anymore. 6 months, a year, 2 years before retirement?
Yeah, I would think. Or you would have such a pile of cash before that in your nest egg that you would be unconcerned about it. But I certainly would do it up to, up into your 50s. I'm still carrying it.
Well, I just turned 60.
Yeah. And the size of your nest egg is what?
That asset value about 1.5.
Okay. And so if you lost the ability to work, translated disability, your family would still be okay.
Yes, I'm sure they would be.
Yeah. So you're self-insured through the need for that, in the sense of that. So you could drop it now. If it's inexpensive and you want to keep it through as long as you're continuing to earn an income, you could do that.
It's only $30 a month.
Yeah. And it covers how much income?
60% of about 85,000.
Okay, all right.
And so I'm not sure. I heard you talking about it last week. I don't know whether mine's taxable or not. It's what you said last week. If it's pre-tax money that buys it, then it's taxable.
Exactly.
So it would be taxable 60% of that number.
Okay, so you're buying it as through an employee benefit package of some kind.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is going to be taxable in that event. But either way, you're okay with or without it with $1.5 million to lean on. Invested,
right.
And just round numbers, invested at 10%, that'd bring in 150. So invested at 5%, it'd bring in 75.
Yeah, that's what I have it computed at. If I went out now, but I still got a couple more years. So.
Yeah, so but if you wanted to save your $360, you could. Or if you want to pay it, it's kind of a bit of a luxury at this stage of the game. But it doesn't hurt anything to keep it through your working time. If you work to say 65 and then retire, I might keep it. For instance, I keep some extra life insurance that I don't need, but that just Sharon wants it. She just wants the extra security.
Right.
We call it SWI. Sharon wants it.
Yeah. Well, I have a life insurance policy that's going to hit its 20 years in 3 years.
Yeah, and you're self-insured,
right?
And at that point, I'm not going to pay a big premium to keep life insurance in place because your wife would be just fine financially if you passed away.
That's correct.
And the big joke around our house is Sharon always says, "When you die, when you die, when you die." I told her that I might not die first, so you better quit playing it that way. Then she reminded me of the statistics that most men do. But anyway, it's not breaking you if it gives you some comfort or gives her some comfort. It's fine.
It's $30 a month.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not a big decision, but financially, you're okay if you don't have it. And she's okay if you don't have it. So it's just a matter of if it gives you $360 worth of extra comfort, just like SWI, then that's fine. That's fine. But it's not something that you would slam your fist on the table and say, "Oh no, you'd be crazy to drop that," or "Oh no, you'd be crazy not to drop it." It's not in that zone. It's just not in your situation. You've done a great job, by the way. Congratulations. Very, very, very well done. You know what? I'm going to go. Let me see here. Bill, you still with me, Bill?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And my wife has been a stay-at-home mom since 1998 also. So.
Okay, cool. What have you done? What do you do for a living?
I'm a sales manager.
Okay. How have you accumulated the $1.5 million?
Well, I would say I started the first time back in the mid-'80s, I think when they first started IRAs. I bought my first one for $500.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
And from then on, I worked $500 for a couple of years. I worked for a company that had a retirement plan that I got nothing out of because I left too soon.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't allowed to buy my $500 IRA then.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went to another company and I was able to buy them again.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to employers that had 401ks, I participated 100% into those.
Mm-hmm.
When I had went to a company that gave me a company car.
So this nest egg is almost all like retirement savings.
good portion of it is, yeah.
Is it
But
so?
there's still, no, I have some education savings for my boys, and I have some outside retirement investments also, and my home is in there too.
Okay, all right, very
But,
well. And your average income through your working lifetime?
Never made 100,000.
Okay, so you literally started saving 40 years ago, 30 years ago,
Right.
and you've saved whenever you could in retirement, and done some other miscellaneous investing, and never made over 100,000, and you have $1.5 million net worth.
And never more than 12,000 in inheritance money.
What did you? What's the most expensive pair of blue jeans you ever bought?
Whatever they had on sale for $35 maybe.
Yeah.
$30. That's all.
And how many new cars have you bought?
I bought some new cars, but I was on the road as a salesman. Had to purchase my own car. I bought some new cars, but I ran them for a long time, and got compensated by my employer for mileage.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
And most of the time, since about 1990, when I did buy either a demo model or a new car, I paid cash for it.
Okay.
So I have a
have
little
you used
debt on my home.
have
but
you
that's
used
all.
debt to build the wealth?
Never.
Okay. All right. And have you? Do you have any debt now?
Just a little mortgage left on my house. That's all.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I could pay it off, but it doesn't bother me.
I just like to interview millionaires because everybody says you can't do it, that America's dead, and these young people out there can't make it, and if you're a millennial, you haven't got a chance. And I just meet Bill everywhere I go, and I know that that's just not true. Do you think people can still do it?
I know people can still do it. It's not easy. You got to live a little frugally, but we enjoy our lives. You know, we still enjoy our lives, and we go on vacations and we have fun. But I work hard.
What's the coolest vacation you've ever been on?
I could tell you some great stories, but we've been on mostly family vacations have been the nicest ones. We've been on a couple cruises, a couple trips to Mexico, but the best times have always been when we went to Orlando with my family, and we were all there, my parents, my brothers and sisters, and, you know, there's nothing better than that as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, amen. Amen. That's the best of all. Well, very cool. Well, hey, thanks for letting me interview you for a second, because it inspires people that are listening when they actually get to hear from a real millionaire, not some goober on the news.
Well, thank you, Dave, and I enjoy listening to your program.
Thank you, sir. You're proof that the American free enterprise system still works. Very cool, guys. See, that's how it's done. So when you hear these politicians, and here we go into political season, you got like 73 people running for the Republican ticket and 4 running for the Democrat, right? So when you start hearing them tell you all the stuff they're going to do for you, just laugh. Because they're not going to do anything for you. I've never talked to a millionaire that said, Dave, I made all my money because of politicians. The president helped me. The Democrats helped me. The Republicans helped me. I have never met rich people that said that. By the way, did Bill sound like something you think of when you think of rich people? Did he sound evil to you? Did he sound like he had done something wrong? He sounded to me like a hard-working guy that lived on less than he makes, and now he has $1.5 million. That's what he sounded like to me. And by the way, if you're 26 years old and you're listening to this, you should want to be Bill when you grow up. You live in the greatest country the world has ever known, and you have that opportunity. I didn't say it was perfect. I said it was the best the world has ever known. And that is true. And yes, I've traveled. And some of these countries that are the size of Atlanta walk around bragging like they're something, and they're not squat. They tax people's butts off, full of socialism. Don't let America turn that way, you guys. Let this be a place where Bill can happen. You want to be Bill when you grow up. I promise you, you do.